Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Before I proceed any further, I crave leave to extend my most heartfelt, humble, and mournful apologies. I beg your pardon. Condolence. My most heartfelt, humble, and sincere condolence to all those who are mourning the dead, even those who are mourning the dead of this very day, including in places like northern Germany, where at least 5, if not 6, individuals were shot dead. Notwithstanding all those who are mourning the deceased, their loved ones, in other places including Venezuela, the devastating twin earthquakes have destroyed not merely houses, but also many households. I mean families. Many children have become orphans. Some parents have become childless. Many people are mourning also the deaths of their loved ones and friends. Mourning is naturally and most certainly something that is humane. We all mourn when we lose our loved ones. Sometimes briefly, sometimes for a long time, and sometimes time without any end. I am not sure what most of those people are going to undergo, what they are confronted with at this very moment. But I do comprehend and share their griefs. I beg your pardon, I share their grief and their pains. but also their concerns and worries. Natural calamities like earthquakes or floods often leave many young people extremely vulnerable, particularly children, young girls and boys, and sometimes also widows or widowers, because they often, indeed too frequently, become victims of human traffickers, those greedy human traffickers who entrap the helpless ones into their net in order to sell them to other greedy purchasers. It becomes our human and most certainly moral duty not merely to discourage but to prevent such inhumanity, even such malicious and vicious practices of human trading. We are their fellow human beings, their fellow citizens. Although I remain grateful to all those countries, if I'm not wrong, some countries numbering over 30 countries, which have already sent or had pledged to send both aid and expertise to Venezuela. Yet, my fear is both reasonable and considerably great in the light of the fact, or I should say in the grim light of the tragic fact, that many children, even babies, and youths are likely to be victimized to be trafficked and made human slaves, even for immoral purposes by many greedy individuals. We are and remain duty-bound to come to their aid, to their help, even to their protection. We are called upon and remain duty-bound to ensure that our fellow global citizens, including those possible victims of human trafficking and illegal slavery, are protected. And also those human traffickers and illegal slave traders are severely penalized in order to discourage others who may endeavor to follow their vicious examples. I also pray most humbly, urge most cordially, even from the very depth of my heart, and call upon most solemnly all of my fellow global citizens, especially those who can afford such means, to send additional aids. I beg your pardon, to send additional aid, help, and, if possible, also financial help to those organizations which are currently involved in ensuring that those people who are still entrapped under the rubbles or I should say under the fallen debris, and those who are in so desperate need of help, of medication, food and water, are helped. I beg you most humbly on my part, and thank you most cordially in anticipation for coming forward to do the same, while I remain most humbly and most respectfully at your service, and indeed in the service of those who are still in desperate need of such help. Thank you once again, and bid you God's blessings and reward for your coming forward, while I bid you a very good night from all.